while we're already out and in out mode and energetic.
What do you want to do?
I'd like to do more walkings, but it's getting dark and you don't like walking in the dark.
I know. Hello, everyone. I don't know why you guys wanted me to live stream. We're just headed home. Mew, 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 mew. I don't know how this is entertaining. We ended up just getting beef jerky, or turkey jerky, and Monster energy drinks. I'm probably gonna buy Neku with SATA cable on BestBuy.com. He's a loser that doesn't know what a fucking SATA cable is. Monster's yummy. I got the lemonade tea one. I love it. Rehab, that's right. When you have turkey jerky. Jerky is peppery.
Yes, it said it's peppery.
I didn't know it said peppery and now it's spicy.
Read your labels, you doorknob.
You're a doorknob. Taking over Niku's live stream. LOL. I just need like a hotspot for this though, because like this is eating data. I've already done now over 2 gigs in one day. AT&T is gonna be like, the fuck is happening? Yeah, see, this isn't entertaining. 3 viewers. I'm not doing anything. I'm just driving home. I'm talking about random crap. I don't know. God damn it. I always do that. No, my jerky. Tell you a story. what other stories do I have, maybe?
I have no idea.
Arf, arf. What could I do? I don't know. Story time.
Story time.
Story time. Oh, you know what's funny? I could tell the story of how I got my interview story with Starbucks. That's always a funny story. So, like 2 years ago or whatever, I wanted to get a job working at Starbucks. I, at the time, was working at Gap, and I didn't like a Gap clothing retail store, and I did not really want to work there anymore because it wasn't paying enough and it wasn't full-time, yada yada. So, okay, Ken.
Pardon me.
Okay, Ken. So I wanted a job at Starbucks. I had a bunch of friends that worked at a specific Starbucks, and they spoke with the manager and got me in. But it's not just that simple. Okay, so it starts off with me at Gap, and so I also at this time found a job at a Verizon wireless retailer, like reseller, like a third-party reseller for Verizon. And I was working there full-time and then working Gap part-time. Well, I hated it so much, and so I was only there for a month and was having a shit ton of car trouble at the time. Like, I had 3 cars die
Thanks,
on me.
Lucy.
Anyway, so I didn't want to work at the clothing store anymore, and I didn't want to work at the Verizon store, and all of my cars were breaking down and having a shit ton of trouble. So I'm like, God damn it. So I quit the Verizon thing, and I start going back for interviews at Starbucks. While I'm actually still working at the Verizon place, my bad. I'm doing interviews. And so we attempt to do the first interview. And, what happened the first time? The first time, like, I got sick, I think. No, it's the first time I had car trouble. That's what it was. I think that was the first time.
Julian's going to go watch anime.
Okay,
Goodbye,
bye.
Julian.
Bye. No, the first time was, it was bad weather. That was the first time. There was bad weather at the time, so we had to postpone the interview. And then so that was bad weather. And then the second time, the manager got sick. So he wasn't able to do the interview. Then the fourth time, the third time, I got sick. So it was weather, him sick, me sick. And then the fourth time, and this was the stupidest part, I was on the way, and keep in mind I've been having car troubles back and forth constantly, so I'm on the way to the interview, to the Starbucks. I can see it. I am 2 intersections away, and it's a red light. I go to stop, and when I stop and come to a complete and total stop, the car just dies instantly. And I'm like 2 blocks away from the Starbucks, and the car fucking dies. I start calling my friends who were off, even though he had just had a seizure, because he has chronic seizures. He has a problem with it, but he had just had one, and I was needing help, and I'm like, I had no one else to call. It was just him, and I felt so bad, but he came and picked me up and let me get some gas, because I thought, okay, maybe the car was out of gas, because the gas gauge was broken. So, I have him. So he takes me to the gas station, I get a little thing of gas, and then I go bring it back to the car, and then I go and pour it into the car and try to start it, and literally nothing. Nothing happens. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm still sitting here, and this has already been like an hour at this point. Like, I'm calling the store, like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I wanted to be there for the interview. I know being on time is important, but my car fucking died. Like, shit. So, like, we're, like, still there for, like, an hour and a half waiting for, like, a tow truck, and we have it towed to my grandmother's house, and so then I head back down to the store, like, I get a ride there, and I speak with the manager, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, please, I really need this interview, I really need this job, like, don't be mad at me. And he's like, totally chill, like, completely covered in tattoos, totally chill guy. And so he's like, oh, it's cool, man, we'll reschedule it, I get it, yada 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 yada. And so we then get the so we finally have the interview later on, but it took 6 tries to have an interview for fucking Starbucks. Like, that shouldn't be too complicated, but it was. I was so infuriated, but c'est la vie. It went through, and I worked at Starbucks for like nearly 2 years. Caw, indeed. And we are home. What's gonna happen now? Now what do you want to do?
Same thing we do every night.